Hey, how's everybody doing? My name's Coupe and I'm back. This is some League of Legends, some 5v5. Just so you know, obviously you can tell I kind of sped up certain parts of it, unnecessary parts like of me running from the home base down into the area of action. A lot of people don't like to rush right in there. I do. I find that sometimes you can catch somebody off guard. I usually play with a buddy of mine, and he usually plays as Ash. She's a woman with arrows, and she shoots arrows. So on the minimap, you can tell on the bottom right, there's the purple side, which is the top left, and there's the blue side, which is the bottom left. The purple side, which is top right, blue side, bottom left. And there is two turrets before you get into the base turrets on each row. There's three paths basically that you have to get through to get to destroy the base. So on the top, so let's look at the purple top two. There's two turrets, and then there's the third one on the inside, and then there's the inner turret. So technically, you gotta, if you want to just go with one lane, you gotta destroy 1, 2, 3, 4. And you have to destroy the 2 or 3, and you have to destroy the 2 inner ones, which there's not much you can do about. Like, you have to destroy them. These are the minions that are coming in right now, and I basically been keeping this guy on a leash basically by forcing him to either go back or whatnot. I'm waiting till attack him again until I can get to level 2, because my first rank up when I'm going top solo, even though there's 5 people, my character is supposed to go top by himself, because he has a good way of getting out of battle, just in case he ends up getting like double teamed. You're supposed to have 1 top, 1 middle, 2 bottom. That's 4, and this is where I kill that guy. And then the last person is supposed to jungle. And if you look on the mini map, there's like, they look like little gold skulls on each side in the middle, in the dark areas. That's like that's called jungle, and you go in there and you kill the beasts, and you help top lane or bottom lane to help whoever needs help to help your team advance. My character is really good at being able to get out of, you know, tough situations, like because I have the clone. So usually a lot of people like to, you know, they even attack the clone because they're not sure if I'm a fake or if I'm real, so they attack the clone no matter what, and then I can just keep booking it. And then I have Flash. Flash is one of the 2 abilities you start with automatically. Each character is different, and each character has its own abilities, but each, at the beginning of the map, you get to pick 2, they're called spells, and everybody gets to pick from the same pool of spells. And mine's Flash, so what it does is it makes me leap like 10 meters. It's more like a couple inches across the screen, but like in the game it's like 10 meters. It makes me lunge. And I'm also using Ignite, which is how I killed the guy the first time, because I wasn't within range of hitting him, but I was able to ignite him with my spell, and what it does so much damage over a period of time. Now, just to let you know, I can't see that guy in the bush. We are watching it in theater mode. This is League of Legends theater mode. It's I screwed up here. Oh no, I didn't. I killed that guy. And so League of Legends, there's a game thing called LOL replay, or replay LOL. I think it's LOL replay, and basically you just need to have it running while you're playing games, and it'll record them all. And then if you want, you can go back and watch them. So this is the preview mode. This is the preview mode. This isn't actually how I'm playing when I'm playing the game. Yeah, you don't see all those people on the sides. There's no main top scoreboard. The game looks a lot more like the one I showed you in the first gameplay. But I'm basically showing you some more Wukong stuff because I really like Wukong. I love his abilities of how to get into a fight and how to get out of a fight. Still perfecting it though, but this is a better game that I got. It is 35 minutes, 34 minutes, but it is a lot shorter. I cut off like 10 minutes. It's 34 minutes. I cut off 8 minutes. Sorry, it was 42 minutes, 43 minutes. But I sped up some areas. I probably could have sped this up, but so what does my character do? my character does, what he does is he has his Q ability. So basically, each character has 4 different abilities that they unlock. And you start at level 1, you're allowed to pick one of the original 3, and then the ultimate is R, so it's like QWE. You get to pick one of those 3, and then when you get to level 6, you can start unlocking your ultimate. And but I'll get to that anyways. So the Q is a power attack. What it does is it gives an additional bonus damage to my staff, and then when I hit somebody with it, it really messes them up. So this is where I'm using my ultimate on both of them. I screwed up and went for the robot when I should have just finished off the other guy. I completely screwed up. I thought I was going to be able to get both. I thought I was going to be able to get the guy running towards the turret, finish him off, and then start chasing the guy who went in the bush. But I screwed that up and didn't get either. So I could have actually had 2 more kills in this game. I only die 1 time, and it comes up in the next like 5 minutes or so, and it's like I get triple teamed. There wasn't really much I could do. I tried to get out of it, but whatever. So my Q, what it does is like I said, it gives additional damage. It increases as you keep going. There's 18 levels. Okay, you know what? All right, let's just get to these. So my Q is a power. It adds additional power to my staff, and then the next strike that I hit, it does add additional damage. My W, when I unlock my W, it's the clone. It's not really called a clone. It's called something else. But basically, what it does is it leaves a clone of myself. He doesn't do anything. He just stands there, and then they can't see me. I go completely invisible, for the most part, unless they've already made me visible. Meaning, like there's spells in this game, or there's things in this game that you can do to somebody that no matter where on the map, you can see them. So unless they've already got that on me and then I clone, then they know where I am. But otherwise, if they don't have that on me, I clone, they can't see me, I'm completely invisible to them, just like as if somebody was hiding in the bush. Like that guy in the top left there, in the game I didn't know he was there, because like the screen's black, except for what you're nearby, or your teammates are nearby, or your minions are nearby. However, there's little things called sight wards, and that's one thing I just put down. And what it does is it makes that area visible for 3 minutes. And I can't remember if I take both these guys out or not. No. They get away. Again, whatever, another wasted ultimate. So that's my Q is extra damage. My W is a clone of myself that I think it's 5 seconds. He sits there for 5 seconds and then he spins his staff and spins out. I'm going to help center right now, by the way. And I changed my mind because apparently they're too close to the turret and I wouldn't be able to do anything. My E, what it does is it lunges me towards an enemy if they're within a range, a circular range that when you're pressing E to use it, it brings up that range. But you can lock on a target that's not in that range, and the monkey will automatically walk towards that target, and the second it's within range, it'll just lunge towards it right away. But what the cool thing is that it lunges 3 people. It lunges, if there's 3 targets within the same vicinity, it will lunge 3 of yourself and do 1 like damage hit, and then you go back to being just 1 of you. And then my R is the ultimate, which you've seen twice already, where he does like a spinning move, and the first contact I make with my ultimate on an enemy, what it does is it makes them, it stops them from running and it makes them jump up. That's Lomac, actually. That's my buddy Jim. Anybody who's come to some of my live streams, they've seen him there. I haven't done any live streaming on this game actually, which maybe I could. Huh? I don't know. Might be fun. Maybe I will start. Maybe I'll start live streaming League of Legends. Might be fun. The problem is that I usually don't start playing until in the middle of the night. My teammate, his Lomac. Oh, yeah, one of his spells, that little I don't know, it was like a circle with like wind in it, rippling towards the center. That it's basically a fog, and you can't. There's so much in this game; it's hard to just talk about it all. I'll just try and talk about Wukong mostly and what I'm doing. So I'm trying to hide in the bush. The one guy's really low life. There's 3 of them. I'm kind of debating about going in there. Oh, I went in because I have my ultimate, that's why. So I went after this guy, the one guy I knew that was going to die. So what I did is I used my ignite on him. So that's what finished him off. When you use your ignite, that's one of the spells. Like I said, I have flash or have ignite. And my spell ignite, what it does is it puts damage and it like ticks away at their health for 3 seconds or something like that. It does up to 150 damage roughly. So once a team usually gets to around 10, or people's levels are around 10, they usually start, you know, grouping up and start teaming together, take out an enemy, and then take down a turret. Because these games usually range from 30 minutes to sometimes people surrender. Within, like, you can't put up a surrender until the game's been running for at least 20 minutes. But sometimes people, like, right after the 20 minutes, they just surrender right away. But I'm always voting no. I don't know. It's just something within me. I like to play the game. Play it out. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose. If I'm going to win, I'm going to win. So right now we're beating them. If you look at the top of the screen, in the center, it's 3 to 8. I'm the purple team, so our team has 8 kills, and I have 3 of them. If you look down at the bottom, you can see all the characters and all their little images. It might be a little too hard to see, but if you look at the top one on the right, I have 3 kills. And if you also look down there, there's slots, there's spots to buy things. And every time you go back to the base, all the gold that you've earned from killing minions to killing people to killing turrets, you get gold for that. And you go and also the game automatically ticks up your gold. So like for I think it's like every second you get gold, and as the game gets on, because things get more expensive, it increases your gold count. I think this is where I die. Because I'm already like pretty dead. He hooks me in. I clone, but like I'm so low life, and I have my ultimate, and I'm about to use it on him because I'm pretty sure that they're gonna get me. And so I just wanted to do as much damage as I could, and I ended up getting him because the turret finished him off, but I got the kill for it because I did pretty much all the damage. That was my only death of the game. And then there was 3 of them. There was nothing I could do. So I sped it up to where till I spawn in, and then I start booking it back after I buy a few more things. But there's so many things to buy, from weapons that increase your damage to because a lot of these characters use magic, and there's items that you can purchase that have magic resist. And then there's items that you can purchase that have like more armor, items have more health, like all sorts of stuff. There's stuff that increases your attack speed. You literally, like, there's too much really to talk about. You're probably gonna have to look at a build online or something like that. I for the most part keep pushing my lane because if it's just the one guy who's coming after me, who's been facing me the whole time, which is Jax, I've been able to take care of him. Actually, I've been 2-on-1 for most of the game, and still been able to hold out, killing them a couple of times or getting them to run back. It's really good not to use your ultimate until somebody's already half life or less. I'm learning that as I play. Also, when you're killing minions, that's what all these little groups of things are. They're called minions. When you're killing minions, you want to get the final hit that actually kills them. You get experience no matter what, but you get gold for you get gold. Oh, this is funny. There's like 3 or 4 of them right here. And I just sit in the bush, and because they can't see you if you're in the bush, and they just keep going. They just run right past me. After they kill all my minions, they just run right past me. And the people in the chat that were on my team were like, "Lol, I can't believe you got away from that, blah blah blah." It was pretty funny. And then after they kind of get out of sight, I, you know, go back in and start killing minions and stuff. And I give them the do-si-do a lot, actually. It's kind of funny. Oh, right. I was talking about last hitting minions. So you get the gold by making the last hit. Now, obviously, I'm fighting by myself, so I'm getting all of them. But when you're fighting with other minions, that actually, sometimes the minions get the last hit, and then you don't get the gold from it. You still get the experience, which helps rank up your character. See, I'm level 11 right now, so I've ranked up, and I've, you know, picked different slots, unlocked different slots and stuff like that. This guy's running away from me because he knows he can't take me on a one-on-one. His character is basically designed to hook you in, and then once he gets you hooked in, he stuns you, and so that way that his teammates can like fuck you up, but he doesn't seem to be doing it very well. We did lose a turret, but like I said, that's because I got triple teamed. One thing is, I think I mentioned it in the other video, in my previous video, that when you're near your own turret and an enemy attacks you, the turret will automatically attack them. I think I finished this guy off here. I did. I killed the one guy and then I cloned out. I can't believe I got away from some of the stuff. Some of the stuff in this game here, I was so shocked I got away from. I'm getting a lot better at the character, so I'm able to get in and out of certain situations. I'm using heal, but once you get to like level 12, it really doesn't do that much because your health is like 1500, and that little potion does 150. So it's like one potion does 10%. It's not really worth it. If you're low enough health, you might as well just go back. So minions, yeah, you want to make sure you get the last hit. Sometimes what you're supposed to do is you're not supposed to hit them. You're supposed to wait till they're almost dead, and then you go in and then you hit them. So this game was a little bit earlier before I learned proper procedure on minion killing. But they're all around me. They just want to gank me so bad. I end up like getting wise of that and deking out, but my teammates are coming, so I end up going back in. Seems like there's some action going on over here, so I decide to help out, lend a helping hand if I can. I have no problem getting in the middle of a fight. I think I clone and get out too. It's so gross. The one character I'm playing with, what it does is she doesn't really do much damage. Her whole goal is support. See, she's shot some green snot at me. What it does is it heals me. It's pretty cool. I can't believe I get away from this too. I do. I think he tries to hook me. Oh, there we go. The scarecrow comes in to be a distraction, which is pretty good. Helps me get away because I'm kind of like the leading guy right now. I've got 5 kills out of our team's 13 out of 5 people, so I've got almost half, close to half, out of 5 people, which is pretty good. When you go back to base, the second you get in your base, it recharges your health completely and your mana completely. So when you're playing the game and you're using either your Q, your W, your E, or your R, each one of them that you do, not basic attacks, like I'm just doing basic attacks right now, that doesn't use any mana. I think I saved this guy. Oh, yeah, ultimate all over their faces. I got one of those kills, which is good. I got an assist on the other one. I think we aced them here. No, me and this other guy just focus on these minions. Oh, I'm the only one there, actually. They go chasing her down. Yeah, they did. We aced them, which is pretty cool. So when you ace them, you basically want to make a huge push because they're all dead. And later on in the game, obviously this time it wasn't that big a deal. It was only like 30 seconds or 20 seconds. But later on in the game, when it's like a full minute, and you have a full minute to take out as much as you can. Everybody just runs together, destroys the minions as quickly as possible, and take out as many turrets as you can. Sometimes you can get right into a base, sometimes you can't. But what I was getting to is your mana. So you have mana, and every time you use an ability power, it costs mana. Each one costs mana. Each one costs a different amount of mana. Like my ultimate will cost the most mana because it's like it does so much damage. Sorry. So when you go back to base, it recharges your health and your mana. You can see on the top the blue bar, the purple bar is my health, and the blue bar underneath it is my mana. For the most part, I've gotten really good at just doing standard pokes and not actually using too much of my special abilities, because you want to save your mana for when you need it, because there's situations you'll get into where you need your mana. So this is another situation I've sped up for you. But like I said, there's certain, and you can buy anything. Your character, there's a specific build that I'm supposed to get for my character. Not that you have to, it's just recommended. There's people who've tried different things and they found out that this works out for this. But in all reality, the build is good for if you just want to get what is really good for the character in a general sense. But it depends on who you're playing against. Because like if I'm top lane by myself and I'm playing against a character that uses a lot of just physical attacks, like my character is just physical attacks. There's no powers. I don't like shoot fairy dust at somebody. It's with my staff. I'm actually hitting them, so I'm a damage creature. But there's people that do spells that use magic to reduce your health. So there's things that you can get called magic resist, and what it does is it resists a certain percentage of the magic, as opposed to, so you wouldn't be taking all of their full blow. It would just be reduced down. It depends on how much, but there's different levels of it too. This game is so in depth it's retarded. It's hard to attempt at cramming it all into one video. Communication is key. You can't tell right now because this is theater mode, but when we're in the game, we're either typing shit in, or there's also commands. If you hit the V button and you click on the minimap or on the actual, like in your screen, you can hold down the mouse button and drag it, and there's 4 options. One's like assist me, one's I'm heading in this direction, and there's a missing enemy, and there's, I can't remember the 4th one, but there's 4, and then there's a signal to be careful. So if you signal for somebody to be careful, that usually means that you think there's somebody in their vicinity. As far as like, I don't know. Usually you think that there's somebody that's near them that will kill them. Now these when you kill these things in the middle, what is called is jungling. When you're killing the beasts in the middle of the map, each one gives you something. Some of them just give you health, additional health, but they all give you gold. For everything you kill, you get gold. And sometimes you get assists on gold. But so when you're killing the monsters, some of them just give you gold. You get gold no matter what. And then some of them give you little powers. Like right around me, there's a little blue ring around my feet. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is, and it gives me a buff. I can't remember what exactly it is. There's 2. There's a blue buff and red buff, and they both do the same thing. And there's one on each side of the map. There's one on the blue side, and there's one on the purple side. And they each give you one gives you like extra damage to surrounding creatures and champions. These are called champions. My character's called a champion, by the way. So when it says champions, when something says champions, that means that like the characters that people choose. But when something says minions and monsters, it just means the little minions that always run down the 3 paths, whether it's center lane, top lane, or bottom lane. Or the monsters are the ones that are in the bushes in the middle of the map, the forests. Now there's a dragon. If you're looking at the mini map, in the lake that runs across the middle, on the bottom right of the lake, there's a little dragon there, and you kill him. He's pretty easy to kill, especially once you get to level 8 or 9. He's pretty easy to kill, and it gives everybody on your team 190 gold. And then there's the Baron, which is the if you look on the mini map, there's the red spot. at the top side of the river, at the top right side of the river. There's it's called Baron. What it is, it's this big fucking like dragon that's got sneaks his head out. It's more like a worm, but it looks like a worm dragon, and it sticks its head out of the ground, and it usually takes an entire team to kill it. Sometimes you could do it with 4, 3 only if you're at level 18 and you guys are all like maxed out. But for the most part, and it takes a lot. You guys have to just sit there and drill it for like 30 seconds to a minute. The dragon you can kill in like 15 seconds. But when you kill the Baron, first off, you want to make sure you either aced their team so they have nobody alive, because if they come up behind you, you guys are all going to be half dead from taking this guy on, and they can just finish you off. I've seen a lot of situations where you're fighting Baron, and they come up behind you, kill all of you, and then Baron's almost already dead, and then they just finish off Baron, and they get the buff. A buff is basically meaning that when it increases something from your character. So this is the dragon right here, actually. I think only 3 of us fight him because you don't really need any more, and it gives everybody 190 gold. But a buff is something that increases your creature or your character in some manner, whether it increases its health, increases the damage it does, increases whatever. It's something that gives your character additional features. So the Baron buff, I think what it does, I'm pretty sure it gives you 2 buffs. One is can't remember. I think it's something about splash damage, and what splash damage is, I'm not sure. Don't quote me, but I think it gives you splash damage. And what splash damage is when you're attacking something, it gives additional damage to surrounding creatures if they're within range of it. We're coming up close to the end. We end up I think we end up acing them and then making like a final push in the next like 5-6 minutes. And I'm trying to come up behind her so she can't really run. I'm assuming I have my ultimate. Oh, I'm playing fucking round the fucking ring, Rosie. But the thing is that I can't really tell where she is. And she stunned me. That's each character has different abilities, right? And she has an ability that stuns you. When you're looking on the game, you literally only see like a circle around your character, and then everything else is like black. I just need to catch up to her. There we go. Nice little leap. A leap of damage, leap of face. What am I sitting at? I'm 10-1 right now. I end up getting 13-1 in this game, so I think I help with the final ace or whatever, and then we move to take out their game. I think I get a couple of kills here, if not one. My ultimate's pretty sick. I don't always get the final blow off of it that actually kills the person, but it does so much damage to people. I'm not supposed to really use it on one person. It's you want to use it on a group of people because he spins around, and if you're within that radius, especially the first blow that hits you, the first piece of contact that hits you, it makes you jump. So you're in motion, you're running, but it'll the second he touches you with that ultimate, it makes you jump up in the air, and then you can't do anything about it. And then actually you can start running away. It's kind of like a quick stun, but other than that, it's all about how you build your character, how much damage you do. I started with a build where I would copy the build online, and then I've kind of started modifying it, building it the way I like it. Again, it depends on who you're playing against. If you're playing against a lot of attack damage creatures or opponents where all they do is damage, you don't really need magic resist. But if you're playing against all magic champions or opponents, you're going to need magic resist, and you're going to need a lot of it. And there's big swords that do lots of damage but also have a lot of magic resist. And there's boots. Boots make you run faster, right? It increases your speed. My monkey's actually pretty fast already compared to certain characters. Each one starts with their own speed, and you know, some run faster, some have more damage, some can start off with more health. Some characters are built to be more like tanks, so they go in the fight and then get you to target them. So like I've seen it like late game where somebody's level 18 and they just go in the middle of like 4 or 5 people, and they just sit there and they just take all this damage from all these people, and it barely kills them. It just ticks away at their life a little bit. It doesn't even do that much damage. It's ridiculous. I think I end up like finishing her off. I'm not quite sure. No, I did not. I got another assist. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy how like I completely forgot what I was talking about. But that's okay. So you're understanding the point of the game. The point of the game is to take out the base. There's 3 paths to do so. You need minions. You got to take out their minions so your minions can advance. Because when you're going near a turret, an enemy turret, if you go in first, the turret will target you. If you let the minions go in first, the turret will target the minions until there's no more minions. So you can just keep hitting the turret. As long as there's minions there, you can keep hitting the turret. Or until you attack an enemy champion, where that turret belongs to them. If you attack an enemy champion, then the turret will automatically target you. So sometimes when I'm in there attacking the turret, an enemy could be right next to me, touching me. He could be hitting me, and I don't care. I usually I will just keep focusing on the turret, depending if I'm able to finish off the turret or not. If it's like almost near death. Looks like we're gonna make this final push here. This game, yeah, I think this is it. We ace them and then we win the game right here. I'm pretty sure. It was a good game. It was you know, mediocre in length. I think it was about 40 minutes. Games usually run around to 30 minutes to an hour, depending on who you're playing. If both teams are really good, the games will run really long. It's not like stomp, whatever. It's the games are like super long. You know, you get some games that are like an hour. So if you were really into short games, you know, don't play this game, because this game is literally it's like long, which is I've been having so much fun with it. It's been such a change of pace. It's different. I don't play these games. I've been playing first-person shooters forever. So they got one guy alive, and he's up in our base thinking that he's gonna make a good push and we're all gonna fall back, but at this point the rest of his team is dead. So we're able to kill his 2 inner turrets and destroy the base. It's not actually called the base. I can't remember what it's called. I've only been playing it for a little bit. But that's the end of the game, and I went 13-1, and my team went 36 kills, and the opposing team went 18 kills. I bring up I think I zoom in here. Yeah, there you go. So I went 13-1 with 9 assists, and those are the things that I purchased. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. This is Lex Coupe saying, rate, comment, subscribe. This is League of Legends, by the way. League of Legends, and I'm playing as Wukong. Doochie doo skadoosh.